Emil Smith Rowe to Fulham. Here we go. From joining Hale End at so young, Emil Smith Rowe was always highly thought of at Arsenal. Through his quick feet and his brilliant ball striking, everybody could tell there was potential. But he didn't quite get into the Arsenal first team straight away, as he was sent on countless loan spells to discover his form and really get into senior football. He was so good that even RB Leipzig wanted to sign him permanently after his loan spell, but Arsenal just really wanted him to stay, so didn't let the move happen. Loans to Huddersfield in the Championship 2 was where he would really start making his name, as when he was recalled to the Arsenal side at the beginning of the next season, Emil Smith Rowe would stay in the squad. But it wasn't until later on in the COVID season that Mikel Arteta would count on him, and from then on he would never look back. Arsenal were really struggling in the lockdown season and they needed a spark, somebody to give them some light at the end of the darkness. And Emil Smith Rowe would prove to be that man, because on Boxing Day he would be introduced into the Arsenal lineup, starring with Bukayo Saka to really show what we're all about. Hale End really carried Arsenal to the top. His form would continue throughout that season and Mikel Arteta and Arsenal would be firing again, and we'd all look back to that moment where Emil Smith Rowe was brought into the team when Arsenal started to shine. But things wouldn't go as smoothly after that, because a decent start to the next season would give us a lot of hope for Emil Smith Rowe, but multiple injuries would derail his season, and that was a massive shame. Even I remember going to the Emirates Stadium, watching Arsenal versus Aston Villa live and watching Emil Smith Rowe perform absolutely incredibly as we got the 3 points. I thought this guy and Bukayo Saka would carry us for the remainder of the years under Arteta. But unfortunately, those injuries were much worse than anybody could imagine, and he never really got back into the Arsenal side. As Martin Ødegaard was signed, he just showed levels that Smith Rowe couldn't quite reach. So multiple seasons later, Emil Smith Rowe found himself injury-ridden and on the Arsenal bench. Mikel Arteta seemingly didn't trust him, even though in the media he would say Emil Smith Rowe is playing really well in training. But now fast forward to the beginning of the 2024-25 season, Emil Smith Rowe completes a move to Fulham for £37 million, and he would become Arsenal's joint record sale. And I don't know how to feel about this. On one hand, I'm happy we've got the money and can reinvest it in the squad, but on the other hand, I'm just disappointed. I had so much high hopes for Emil Smith Rowe, so much love for him. Seeing a Hale End boy come into the first team and perform the way he did was just absolutely incredible. But now we can only look back at it as the past and not the start of something great. And hopefully now he can rediscover his form at Fulham, where he'll get multiple, minutes under his belt and show people what he's really about, except when he plays Arsenal. Because I'm sure Emil Smith Rowe's quality will shine at Fulham. With Alex Iwobi, another Arsenal boy, we're going to see the best of Emil Smith Rowe. Even zoom back, the moment that Emil Smith Rowe was given that number 10 shirt of Dennis Bergkamp, it was an incredible moment. Everybody wanted him to sign that new contract, and when it finally happened, euphoria really got to us. Seeing one of our own wearing the number 10, it just couldn't be any better. He'd even go on to say in the interview that he wants to stay at Arsenal for the rest of his career and become an Arsenal legend. It put a smile on my face seeing him on the number 10 wanting to stay at this club forever. A Croydon boy and someone we named the Croydon De Bruyne, Emil Smith Rowe was destined for the top. I feel like we can all come to say that Emil Smith Rowe had a decent Arsenal career. He really got the Arteta project moving, and every Premier League title we win from now on, I will definitely be naming it towards Emil Smith Rowe, because if he didn't come into the side on Boxing Day, Mikel Arteta could have been sacked. We could have even been fighting for relegation, and things could have been much worse. So Emil Smith Rowe, on behalf of me and of course the Arsenal fans, we thank you for your contributions to the club and wish you the best of luck for the future, because you are an extremely talented footballer.